Hello, my name's Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent NECAN consultant, and this is one of many live shows we do every week to share our experiences with NECAN, both about the products and about building the business if you get excited about the products and want to share them and maybe build an extra income. And also there's some calls that are specifically designed to investigate more deeply some of NECAN's life-changing technologies. But this is an overview, so I'm going to share a quick video PowerPoint and then invite our guest to share her story. Let me get this slideshow started. So NECAN's all about discovering active wellness, and I was privileged to discover NECAN 19 years ago in August of '97, and I was always on the lookout for ways to improve and support my family's health. I had studied nutrition in the '80s and was sharing it in all my work as a family counselor and as an author in family health. And I heard about NECAN through a colleague in natural health, and he said, you need to learn about NECAN. And I said, I haven't heard of it. I was kind of skeptical. But when he told me that it was about restoring the body to the natural energy fields, I embraced it immediately. I got all the products within the next 6 weeks. Didn't have a whole lot of money on relying around, but because I really wanted it to happen, I got a royalty from one of my books from Norway, the only foreign royalty I ever got. And I was able to buy our first sleep system. So that was very exciting. And then I started sharing it with others. There's a phone ringing. If someone can mute themselves, that would be great. And so it's all about living a life in balance, and it's based on an Asian concept of balance. In the East, we kind of think more is better, but in the West, in the East, it's more about balance. And for health, that is absolutely key. The daily decisions we make every day are what determine whether our body is in balance. And technically, it's called homeostasis. The body is constantly trying to keep things normal. And of course, we're performing different things every day. We have stresses, ups and downs, and the body's constantly trying to balance itself. So those little decisions we make every day empower the body to be humans being more, so our minds and bodies are at their best, or humans under stress, not achieving our potential. And it's all about the small lifestyle choices we make every day. And if you're watching the video, there's a nice graphic here. It's the choices that we make every day that determine our behavior and our results. Whether we have, are we building our income, our health, our relationships, our happiness, our success, our peace of mind, our physical prowess, or are we letting them degenerate up ahead of their time? And when I was counseling families, it was very clear that it was the small decisions everybody made, the little habits that they were building, either for good or for bad. It wasn't big decisions about, first week of January, I'm going to join a fitness club, go for 2 hours, lose 30 pounds. No, it's really about those small decisions we make every day, even during the holidays. So what is the context that NECAN started to get into back in the mid-70s? It's way worse than it was 18 years ago when I started, and 25 years ago when they came to the US. Stress is the silent killer. It's worse than ever because of our down economy, the recession. People have many part-time jobs instead of one full-time job. Both parents are working. That's just more and more stress. And we know that stress adds to all the things that kill us early: heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and also all those things that diminish our quality of life: allergies, poor sleep, weight gain, fatigue, mood problems, depression, anxiety, and so on. One of the biggest problems today, and it's gotten worse every year, is sleep. because of stress and because people are cutting their hours short, not eating well, so they don't get into a good relaxing sleep, and their environment's not good. There's too much light around, there's too much going on in our heads, and 70% of Americans have sleep issues, and it's not just Americans. It's in Europe, it's going around the world. One poor night's sleep drops immune system by 60%, and that's been proven over and over again. That's why when people are partying or, you know, have a busy holiday season and they catch some infection very soon afterwards or even during the holidays, and it's a bummer, but it's largely because of poor nutrition during that time, too much sugar, and poor sleep. Of course, air and water are in the headlines every day. The problems with air are getting worse indoors because so many people are using daily chemicals in cleaning and in washing their clothes. It comes in the bedding, in the flooring, in the curtains. Any new furniture is outgassing for years. So our indoor air is even worse than most outdoor air, unless you're by a big manufacturing plant or mining or extracting oil. So 7 million premature deaths annually around the world are attributed to air pollution. That's unacceptable. And you can see all these cars if you're watching the video. We're really trying to change the car pollution, but it's coming from all our chemicals world. And the toxins we're drinking are astounding. The 260 contaminants found in tap water, bottled water has been found thousands of different chemicals, including endocrine disruptors, agricultural chemicals, medications that other people have used before. The tap water and the bottled water won't kill you right away, but the toxins are building up on your toxic load on your body, what we call the body burden. And the whole body has to fight all those toxins. And 100 years ago, 200 years ago, none of them even existed. So that's a whole nother chemical stress on our bodies. And our children are the ones who suffer the most. The health trends among children are frightening. 1 out of every 5 adolescents were obese last time they did the count, 2011 to 2012. And 30% of children under 12 are overweight, have an inadequate consumption of essential nutrients, and are at higher and higher risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Less than half of adolescents eat the recommended amount of vegetables, and low-income families, of course, have it way far worse. They have more stress, more anxiety, more depression, less access to healthy nutrition, good health care, and they actually are targets of high-profit, obesity-promoting, non-nutritive junk food. Only 27% of high school children are getting the right amount of activity, and we can understand that because they're overweight, many are obese, and they're overstressed. So this is unacceptable, especially in the richest country in the world, to have so many children at risk health-wise. So what is the answer? It is humans being more. That's the motto of this company. It's since its beginning in 1975. And the whole idea is to be healthy by choice. If you leave it to chance, you buy what they tell you to eat on TV, or you take the drug that they mention on TV or in the magazine, it's not going to get you to healthy. Being healthy needs to be by personal choice, creating the habits that make you a beneficiary of active wellness. Active wellness is the process of becoming aware and making choices of how to stay healthy, to have a successful existence in all areas of life. And this is where Nikken comes in. It's the only company in the world with a comprehensive, holistic approach to total wellness. And the founder back in 1975 came up with this philosophy of humans being more based on balance of the 5 pillars of health: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And we have this little graphic we use over and over again, because if any one of those 5 is diminished, the others will suffer. If you have get a negative mind, and believe me, when I was a lawyer, it was hard not to have a negative mind, because it's always adversarial, and how are they trying to take advantage on the other side, blah, blah, blah. I was happy to get out of being a lawyer. That can affect your family. It affects your health, because of the mental stress affects the body, and so on. Of course, if you have physical problems, if the body pillar is weak, that affects everything. If you don't have time for your family, or the relationships are stressed because everybody's coming home tired and irritable, that will affect everything. If your work isn't satisfying, and you don't have time or money to contribute to the important issues and charities you care about, that makes you feel bad. And of course, if your finances are weak, everything suffers. You just can't afford the kinds of vacations, the contributions, the rest and relaxation, and the health care that you need. So they all work together. So look at those 5 pillars of health and ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. So here is a quick overview of Niken's technologies. Over on the right is the rest and relaxation. This is where they started. If you're looking at the video, you're seeing the wonderful little insoles. Those are now in their 4th generation of high tech. They're not only giving you the natural magnetic energy of the earth, but they also give off the far infrared, healthy wavelength of solar energy, and they also give off the beneficial ions that you get by a waterfall or in a forest, so or by the beach. And I wear them always in my shoes for 19 years. I'm wearing the 4th generation now. I gave them out as Christmas gifts this past holiday, and Niken sold over 30 million pair of them around the world. The next product was the sleep system, a futon based on Japanese model, but it's now 4th generation again, totally sustainable, natural material, and gives that magnetic energy, and also has a matching comforter that gives you the magnetics, the far infrared, and the ionic technology. So the energy of the earth, the sun, and good air. Truly amazing. And now we have an ergonomic pillow, like you're sleeping on a cloud, that also supports all those good energies. And it's all about balance, creating an environment where the body can create its own balance. And if you see on the screen also, there's that wonderful little square, the Kenko Flex, that is built to just put in your lower back, because half of Americans say they have back issues from time to time. You can also put it on your tummy for any kind of cramps or indigestion. You can put it on your chest to breathe better. Put it anywhere on your body. It will help the body recreate balance. It'll also get rid of aches and agonies if you've hurt yourself or if there's strains. Quickly, the next category that Niken entered was nutrition. And being a nutritionist since the 80s, I was really excited to see they were absolutely on the cutting edge. And again, they're in the 4th generation of their research and development. What I like best about their whole line, and it is a complete line, is that they work with the top researchers all around the world. And when they do compound these formulas, they are as organic as possible. They're never mega dosed. They're made to be in balance, working with the body, not to manipulate it, as much as possible from whole foods and combinations of herbs and nutritionals and whole foods that have been known around the world to support different body systems. So they have something to support every system. If you're looking at the video, they have the antioxidant exotic juice drink, which is the highest antioxidant of any juice, with no additives, no colorings, no preservatives. And you also see our wonderful bone health product. And there's videos all about that, so I don't have time to go into it in detail. And our skincare is awesome. And then in the environment, Nikken has developed amazing products, particularly the water system, because that's so critical. We're 80% water. And this takes your tap water, cleans out everything you don't want, and puts back alkalizing minerals, alkalinity, effective ions that make the water more bioavailable, and then it magnetizes it as if it just came out of the ground. And then we have a little shower system that does the same thing and micro bubbles the water so it actually penetrates the skin and really moisturizes. We've had a light for a wonderful full spectrum light, and an air system that purifies and ionizes the water. So now I want to move on to our esteemed guest, Nina Marie. I'll stop the video, the PowerPoint, so you can see our guest, Nina Marie Alves. She is a wonderful colleague of mine in Nikken, and she's from California. And Nina Marie, I'd love you to share what originally caught your attention with Nikken.
Well, good morning and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody. What really got my attention was, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Randy?
Myself, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, what got my attention was the sleep system. The sleep system was God sent for me because I was having problems sleeping, like you talked about the children. What was the statistics? 1 in 3 children, they say, are sleep deprived. Well, I was that one. I tossed and turned every single day. It was funny because my teachers, I would fall asleep in class. My teacher would come and hit me in the head because I was tired. I was sleeping all the time, but I was tired because I was up getting my clothes and more blankets or taking them off or on and off. And that's how I spent my life until I was 37. When I was 37, I was introduced to Nikken.
Wow.
And so the sleep system saved me. I got really sick. I didn't realize that my career, I've been a hairstylist for 41 years. I started doing hair when I was 12. And then when I was 16, I went to beauty school. And I didn't realize I was getting into a career that was hazardous to my health. The different chemicals, the hair, the colors and the perms and the nail products, all very toxic to the body. I never realized it until I was under so much stress. And it wasn't just mental, but it was physical stress from all the stuff I was exposed to. And I got very sick in '99 and I couldn't shut my brain down. And I didn't want to go to the doctors. I said, I'm not going to the doctors. They'll kill me. And my mom says, if you don't go to the doctors, you can die. And I said, if I do go to the doctors, I can die too. So I was praying for something that could help me. And my dentist had brought the sleep system for my girlfriend, and she used it. And I didn't believe it was going to do anything for me. And I fought him and I said, that's not going to work for me. I'm healthy. I wasn't sleeping. I had a bad back. I had burning feet. I had burning eyes. But I said to him, I'm healthy. I don't need your stuff. And when it got to the point that I couldn't sleep 3 nights in a row, my girlfriend says, you need to try this. This is gonna change your life. And I laughed at her, and they say the placebo. I said, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I was laying on it. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And pretty soon I fell asleep, and I didn't know I fell asleep. And I woke up for the first time in my life that I didn't toss and turn, and I didn't get up to take my clothes off or get more covers. And I felt better. Just that one night's sleep, I felt a little bit better. And then I kept doing it, and then I had to give it back to him after 2 weeks. And I took it downstairs. I was doing a little test, and I said, I don't think this really worked. So I took it downstairs, and I packed it all up, and I told my roommate, I said, I have to give this to my dentist. And 4 days, I didn't take it to him, and I didn't use it, and I couldn't sleep again, and I was freaking out. And so I got really cocky with him, and I said, I'm not giving it to you. And he said, what do you mean? And I started crying, and I said, I need it. I said, I can't sleep. And so I said, please just let me have it till I can get a credit card. And then He said, okay, but I didn't have credit, so it was hard for me to get a credit card. But once I got that credit card, I bought the sleep system, the insoles, but we didn't have a whole bunch of products at that time. And I said, I don't know how it works. And I had to humble myself and realize I needed to do some homework and find out, you know, what this did for me. And so since then, I feel an obligation to share it. I mean, it's a way of giving back. You know, I look at Niken as, you know, a lifestyle. A lot of people don't understand that our environment's been altered. Here I was working with an environment that was hazardous to my health. The environment has been altered. So everything that we used to have is gone to give us our protection. And just like you said, you know, the air's in the media, the water's in the media, the food's in the media. You know, there's a lot of different things that, you know, we don't know that's affecting us a little bit every day. Just like you said, it's not going to hurt us right away. It's the accumulation. But the sad thing is it's going to affect our children sooner than it affected us because they're younger, they're smaller, and they're growing up with no immune systems because of all the chemicals that their moms and dads were exposed to. And they don't know, you know, and that's the hard thing is because a lot of people don't know. And then when you want to share something with them, sometimes they're not open to it. Like I wasn't. I didn't understand because we don't understand. We just understand we go to the doctors if there's something wrong. We don't think about preventing. And so I since then have been on all the products. I love all the products. And you didn't mention the shampoo and conditioner.
No, go ahead. Tell us about it.
Shampoo and conditioner is the Tri-Phase. I love, love, love that shampoo and conditioner. I've been doing hair, like I said, 41 years. I have never seen a shampoo and conditioner do what that shampoo and conditioner can do. It increases the blood flow in the head from the magnetics. The far infrared is going to regulate the temperature of the head. So if it's too hot, it's going to cool. If it's too cold, it's going to warm it. And the negative ions is going to relax the head. So if you think of all those technologies, it's going to restructurize the hair because everything is balanced. It's in homeostasis because a lot of the products that are on the market today are too alkaline. And when you think about it, the skin and the scalp have to be acidic. The body has to be alkaline inside. So we got it all backwards. Our bodies are acidic on the inside, which is causing us to get sick and disease. And our body is alkaline on the outside. And it's causing us to have frizzy, ugly looking hair, dry, brittle. And we just have to learn how to, like you said, put our bodies back in homeostasis. And that means our scalp and our hair as well. And I've been excited because I've been using it on a lot of my clients with oily hair and getting, you know, volume in oily hair, which I've never been able to do that with oily hair before. Had perm that was over processed and it was just fuzz. And in our language in the hair business, when you just, the curl is gone, it's just dry and brittle and fuzzy, you have to cut it off. Well, I was going to perm the outgrowth of her hair and the frizz was like 2 inches on the ends. I knew I was going to have to cut it. I knew without a doubt I was going to have to cut it. But it was too short for me to cut it before I permed it. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll deal with it after. So I washed her hair, I permed it, and then I conditioned it, and then I stuck her in the dryer. And when I took her out of the dryer, I was shocked. The fuzzy stuff was all curled. And I said, no. I took a picture. I have a picture of it. I don't have it right now, but it's on my phone. But I'm going to put something together so I can show, you know, what these technologies, the Tri-Phase shampoo and conditioner can do for your hair. Even though you think your hair is really bad, you can change it by the shampoo and the conditioner. And what I've been doing with the conditioner is if somebody has really dry or curly hair like myself, I leave the conditioner on. I don't rinse it. It tells you to rinse it. But if it's oily, I have them rinse it. And I'm telling you, the results with all the technologies, it's the wellness home that keeps your body healthy. Your hair, your skin, your face, your body. You feel better. You're happier when you're feeling better. You're happier. Just like you said, nothing bothers you when you're getting everything you need. When you're in homeostasis, your body just feels better. You don't realize it until you live it. And I have people that come and will stay at my house and go, God, man, it feels so good in your house. Well, you know, you're breathing the air and you're sleeping on the sleep system and you're drinking the water and you're getting some of the nutrition in your body and you're showering in a good shower. So that's why you feel good. There's no contaminants that's going through your system. It's all pure and natural, like going to nature.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing, Nina Marie. And people think, well, their hair is kind of an extra. No, it's not. It tells so much. And as a hairdresser, you know, you can tell. I know my hairdresser says she can tell when someone's on drugs, that their hair starts falling out or it's dry, and it affects the skin. And you know, there's alternative healers that when they test the hair, that's how they determine if the body is in homeostasis. So thank you so much for sharing all about that, the alkaline acid balance. People are very confused by that, but you put it really, really well. And so the other thing I didn't mention was about something since both of us joined NICAN is this whole, the Wi-Fi world we live in, the digital world, the cell phones people are carrying all over their bodies. What can you share about that? What have you seen with that?
Well, it's kind of scary because we don't know the information. They haven't had it tested long enough. But you see a lot of people connecting to Wi-Fi. You don't see people talking to each other anymore. We're kind of like disconnected. And I tell people, I mean, we're in an electronics world today. I mean, we used to, you know, go to the parks and we would play with each other and, you know, go hang out and go on the swing and the slides and, you know, go to the beach and walk the beach and go play baseball and tag and football and all the games we would play together as kids. We're not doing that anymore. And it's really sad because I was watching on, they had it on television a few years ago before it was this big fad with everybody using the cell phones and everything. It's going to be a problem because the kids are not getting the energy that's essential for brain health at a young age. And they're being exposed to more chemicals at a younger age, you know, because it's a radiation, you know, but people don't look at it as a radiation. And it's kind of scary because we're going to find out years from now that we shouldn't have let our children at a young age use some of the things that they were using, because when we were kids, we didn't have it. So we didn't know. Just like with cigarettes years ago, people smoked in the houses, they smoked in cars, they smoked in buildings, and today it's banned because the secondhand smoke, they say it's bad. But it took 40 years for them to really discover it, to see it was bad. So I think in the next 40 years, you're going to see a difference, that they've been able to study what has happened with these electronics, with people that are on it for too long and too young of age.
Cool, thank you. I couldn't have said it better. It's that's why I embraced NICAN as it's a preventative, because it restores us to natural energy. We are minimizing the effects of this digital world, even though we don't know what they are. We know it's alien. We know it's new. Like you said, our environment's changed. So this is a way of putting our bodies back in a more traditional environment, and hopefully minimizing any negative effects of all these Wi-Fi and microwave and all those things that are just coursing through our bodies all the time now. So we're running out of time, but can you share just a favorite story or some advice you'd like to share with our listeners here?
Well, I feel we need to start paying attention to our bodies today and prevent instead of wait until something happens, because I've had people say to me, oh, I'm not going to use that stuff until something happens to me. And then something has happened to them, and they were fortunate enough to get their health back, but it cost them. One lady, it cost her $500,000. Her hospital bill was $500,000, and she had to pay 20% of that. And she said, I wish I would have listened to you before I got sick, because she was under a lot of stress, which people don't see it because they figure, oh, it's not hurting me. I'm stressed. Everybody stresses. It's okay. She wasn't sleeping. She was never drinking water. She didn't have a good diet. And I said to her, how long do you think you can continue doing what you're doing and stay healthy? And she says, I'm not you. And I says, nobody's going to be me. You are you and I am me. But it would be smart for you to take action before you have to, because you can pay for it now, or you're going to pay for it big time later.
Excellent.
And I tell people it's not a matter of time of if you get hit, it's when. Because I've been hit. I've been hit several times, but luckily my body was healthy enough to get me past it. So
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, all live active lives. Very good. Yeah, we all live active lives, and in 19 years, you know, I broke my wrist. You know, I hurt my knee. But having the body able to recover because you're giving it what it needs for nutrition, air, water, sleep, and sleep really is the core of our product line, and then at making sure we have the good nutrition and the fantastic water. So thank you so much, Nina Marie. I appreciate it, and thanks for all you do helping others. And I'm going to go back to my little PowerPoint here just briefly.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So the point is to discover it, live it, and share it. Become a customer. It's really easy. Go to the person who recommended this video to you, and they'll show you how to become a customer. It's like any other retail site. You just go to their site and sign up as a customer. It's free. And you can get a special deal if you fall in love with the nutritionals and order some every month. And also you can join us in our mission of sharing it with others and become a part-time entrepreneur. And if you want to build a whole new income, there are many people in Nikken who have done that too. And you can learn how to do that from the person who sent you to this video. And we have many, many, many ways to train, whatever form of media you like best. So thank you for joining today. And I will stop my share and thank everybody and have a very happy New Year. Nikken is, if you do want to order some products before the prices go up, they haven't raised prices in several years, and January 1st prices are going up 3% across the board. So if there's something you're hankering after, now's the time to put it in online or talk to the person that sent you here. And also we have an amazing, really cutting edge new way of getting paid if you're sharing the products. So do ask about that when you talk to your Nikken consultant. So thank you, and thanks Nina Marie again, and I'm going to stop the recording now.